Hi there. It's generally understood that labeling for segmentation of images is a very time-consuming task. It's also an error-prone task because it's complicated and involves very high precision labeling. Now, we do a lot of annotation ourselves, and what we realized is that there's an additional issue when you're labeling sequences of images, which is how do you maintain the consistency of labels across the sequence? For example, let's say that a class that is to be labeled is not concretely defined and has some ambiguity. And you label a frame in the sequence to the best of your ability, but in the next frame, you see the same object, but don't remember how you label it in the previous frame. Now, generally, when building a dataset, such small discrepancies don't really matter, as long as you're labeling the object consistently with the same class. What you definitely do not want, though, is that the classes should change even though the object is the same across the frames. Now, when you only have one or two such objects in an image, remembering how you labeled is not that big of an issue. But when you have lots and lots of these objects, it becomes very difficult to manage. So maintaining the consistency becomes a big problem. To solve this problem, we've come up with a tool that automatically copies the mask from the current frame that you've already labeled, copies it to the next frame, and adjusts it according to the changes between the frames. Practically what this means is, first of all, you never start from scratch. So you label the first frame of a scene, you apply AutoMask to the next frame, then you adjust it to make any necessary changes, and then move to the next frame and so on. And not only does it massively reduce the time it takes to label, but it also makes sure that these labeling inconsistencies are reduced dramatically. Let's see an example here. So this is one of the scenes from the A2D2 dataset, and we have one of the images already labeled. If we want to preview this mask, we can see something like this. So we have pedestrians, we have buses, cars, we have buildings, trees, sky, traffic lights. There's a lot of activity here. And as you can see, if you go to the next frame, this is part of a sequence. You can see the difference in cars, pedestrian, buses, and all the other labels. Now what we want to do is we want to take this mask and apply it to the next one. To do that, we go here and we click on AutoMask. Then we give it a little bit of time to do its thing. It generally takes around 12 to 13 seconds. Once it's done, we'll have the entire image labeled for us, adjusted according to the current frame. And there you go, we have this frame labeled. So the sky looks pretty well labeled, the buildings also look pretty well labeled, but I think there might be some things that we need to adjust. For example, I think the bus has not been properly labeled, probably because it's blending very seamlessly into that building here. So we'll need to adjust those. We probably need to adjust this pedestrian here as well. I think what has happened here is, let's try to see this pedestrian more clearly. Yeah, I think it is this black area on his t-shirt that is confusing. So we'll definitely need to adjust some things. But as you can see, it's done a pretty good job of propagating the object from the previous frame. You no longer need to adjust anything with the cars, pedestrians, this building. These are all pretty well labeled. So it gives you a really good starting point, and from there on, you can go and adjust the masks as necessary. Here's another example. This is from the kitty dataset. And again, this is a sequence of images. So this is a truck that's moving around. Compared to the first one, this scene definitely does not look as complicated. There are fewer objects. There's just not much happening in the image. And we have this frame already labeled. So let's go to the next frame and try to auto-mask it. Let's give it some time. And there you go. Again, the masks look really good. I think the road looks good, the sidewalk looks good as well, the sky, the vegetation, these all look good. I think the truck could be maybe improved, and I think we can definitely improve the boundary of this traffic sign here. But other than that, I think this looks really good. So that was a very brief showcase of our new AutoMask tool. If you would like to try it out, just let us know. We'll be happy to set up some free credits for you to play around. And I hope it helps you out. Thank you.